it says the book of Proverbs 6:16-19. I'm sure that's the wrong way to read it.
It's okay. You got the floor.
Okay. Identify 7 things that God hates, although there are not any punishments prescribed for those. Scripture clearly indicates that God does view sin differently and that he proscribed a different punishment for sin depending upon its severity. Now, watch this one. It says, where the phrase all sins are equal in the eyes of God comes from. As far as I can tell, the most common argument for the belief that all sins are created equal comes from the book of James 2:10. It states, for whoever keeps the whole law and yet stumbles at just one point is guilty of breaking all of it. Now, I'm a big fan of Steve Jobs, even though he did create Apple. And if you notice, the logo of Apple is actually the fall of man, the
Forbidden fruit,
the bitten apple, right? So we can get into, what social media has done to families and all that. We got 3 hours, right? But I like the way our incredible American inventors like Disney and Hughes and Steve Jobs, the way they ran their companies and invented things that changed the world. And the way Steve ran his company was his version of a sinless office. Everyone had to be so meticulous to be able to take what was 10 things at one time and put it in the palm of our hand. Think about an iPhone. It's your fax, it's your email, it's your phone.
and now it's 1,000 things.
Yeah, it's your camera.
All right, so that's one of the clips. That was one of the longer clips where he was ranting. So in that, okay, I'm sorry. Welcome to Tipsy Gossip. I am Roz Mix. I'm here with host Marcy Diamond, Ken Shock. How you ladies doing tonight?
Good. Just shocked at this because I almost want to ask, is that Balenciaga he's wearing? Because they make those covered.
Well, he was wearing the Balenciaga mouth guard for a week or so before he let him go. So it might be. So what do you think of that clip? So it doesn't sound too out of there. This is only okay. I gotta be honest. These clips are out of order. I found them all on Twitter. There's a bunch of them, and they get worse and worse the more you get deeper into them.
Really, I want to see them.
We're gonna see them. We're gonna talk about them. What do you think about the first clip so far? He's sitting there with the Bible.
I don't think that's helped him yet. The Bible. I really don't.
You looked very afraid when he brought you onto the screen. You just looked very afraid, like, what is happening?
Yeah, I'm just shocked that I was wondering, is he wearing Balenciaga? I'm like thinking, are you in the face of everybody just saying fuck you to everybody, which he's doing? But it makes me wonder, what is his motive behind all this? Everybody does something for a reason.
Exactly.
You don't do shit for no reason. So what is his motive?
Ken Shaw, what do you think so far?
I think he's incorrect by saying the forbidden apple. It never says that the fruit is an apple. It just says forbidden fruit. So he's misquoting what he's quoting. If he's reading directly from the Bible says forbidden fruit. It never says the fruit is an apple. So,
well, he doesn't read. He's repeating what he heard. Somebody told me he said himself he doesn't read. So he's pretty much.
He was looking at his phone, so I was assuming he was reading off his phone. But you say people don't do things without a reason, but we can't necessarily know that his reason is rational. That's what's so disturbing. Is you're right, he probably has a reason, but we can't conceive of what it might be simply because it's probably out in left field somewhere because he's got some kind of mental issue going on.
Yep.
Aaron said he doesn't read books. What's up, Aaron? How you doing today? He doesn't. Yep. Yeah, he doesn't read books.
Nope, he don't read no books.
So basically, if you don't know, if you're not watching if you listen to the streaming, Kanye West went on Alex Jones InfoWars and did I don't know how long the show was, but
3 hours.
3 hours, and he said a lot of wild things, and I don't see how people can stand by this. Like I don't like. Okay, let's play the next clip because you just got to keep going deeper into this.
Let me just say this in close. I've done a lot of study. I think Hitler was a really bad guy, and I repudiate what Hitler did. I understand that the British intelligence set him up and used him.
I like Hitler.
I don't like Hitler. And I know you're trying to be shocking with that.
I'm not trying to be shocking. I like Hitler. I do not. The Holocaust is not what happened. Let's look at the facts of that. And Hitler has a lot of redeeming qualities.
So tell us, you think Hitler was the good guy in World War II?
I think God says man should not kill. We should not have wars, period. None of us should be killing anybody. Ukraine, in the streets of Chicago, all violence should stop and we should all serve Christ. That's what I feel. And I feel like I love everyone accordingly, from all the way from the Balenciagas to the Hitlers. To
Let me tell you a story.
Hold on, sir.
Okay.
To Ari Emanuel, to Jamie Dimon, to the people who, what's that?
Got a Amber.
Where do you go from here? He said, let's look at facts of that. And I'll say good evening.
Evening.
Now, people are going to try to say it's out of context. There's no context today. He's really flat out said, I like Hitler.
He even stopped the guy and said, "Excuse me, sir. Like, let me finish." When he said, "Oh, I got to tell you a story." No, he wanted to finish. So
Alex Jones is trying to get him to take some of this stuff back, and he's not doing it. He's trying to talk him back from saying all this stuff. And the fact he said the Holocaust didn't happen the way he said it, that's another thing. Deja says, yes, that is Kanye in the mask, Deja. Kinshock?
Wait, okay. Is that actually what he said, that the Holocaust didn't occur?
The way they said it.
I'm not sure that that's what I heard.
That guy, and I repudiate what Hitler did. I understand that the British intelligence set him up and used him.
I like Hitler.
I don't like Hitler. And I know you're trying to be shocking with that.
I'm not trying to be shocking. I like Hitler. I do not. The Holocaust is not what happened. Let's look at the facts of that. And Hitler has a lot of redeeming qualities.
The Holocaust was not that.
The Holocaust is not what happened. He's not saying that the people didn't die, and I think he's looking at it kind of sideways.
No, but because that's what they do. They don't come out and say the Holocaust didn't happen.
Oh no,
they say
that other guy, that Nick Fuentes guy, I think that he came right out and said it, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure, but they use that's the code words. It didn't happen that way. Well, what do you mean?
Okay, I get what you're saying. I just was,
He's saying a lot, but not. But he's like, you can tell he's the stuff he heard. The Holocaust didn't happen like that. But I'm not gonna say what I think. Because if he really went deep into it, even though he's saying everything else, he's gonna set off some crazy stuff. But he pretty much said it. It didn't happen like that. Then what are you saying?
I wonder what his ex-wife, the conversations she has with her kids in North, coming up to her, dad said this, dad said that, and Kim's take on it. What would you tell your kid? And soon, I wouldn't blame her if she started saying she didn't want him around them, because you look up to your parents and you think they're right when you're young. Even when they're doing things that are not right, you think that they're right.
But you know what, though? If she did do that, she would have a legit case. She'd go to court and be like, okay, play the tape. Is this man rational and needs to be around kids?
He doesn't. In the case where you have a parent that's mentally ill, hopefully the other parent is sane enough to try to explain to the child that mommy or daddy has something wrong upstairs, and we need to discuss what either mommy or daddy has said to you so that we can understand how they may or may not have gotten it right or wrong. So hopefully Kim is telling her children that your father is disturbed, and maybe not using that harsh of a word. I don't know how old her kids are, but saying that
No, I
daddy
mean,
has problems or he thinks differently or but here's what really happened. That's what it needs to happen when you have a parent that's mentally ill.
if you're watching, make sure you leave us a comments. Let us know what you think about the whole situation. I think she
Marcy's
needs to
not
be
buying it
harsh.
for a second.
I think if she's talked to her, I think she needs to be harsh and let him know your daddy's not well because you can't sugarcoat this.
Well,
You know,
hopefully
sure.
they believe it because my mom said that her father said a lot of crazy things and would do the same shit. And her mom came to them and said the same stuff. And my mom said she just thought that her mom was so mean about her father. And she said, my mom is just always so mean to my father. And my dad would say crazy stuff, but I just thought my mom was the one that was, because he would make my mom seem, she said, like she was out of step. And so I just thought my mom was so mean to my dad. And I hope they don't think that. I hope they don't think, wow, she's always telling us that he's crazy and he's this and he's that. That's what I wonder. I wonder the conversations that she has with them. It's got to be a loaded conversation.
Deja says you can have an opinion about Hitler and it's fine, but it's not like he's acting like Hitler. Yeah, you can have an opinion on Hitler, but
That's
you
a
can have
crazy
an opinion. But he's empowering people who are acting like Hitler. That's the problem. It's like he's somebody who's, what's the word I'm looking for? Who has a little bit of fame, a little bit of following, and he's out here empowering people that Hitler was okay. It's okay to like Hitler.
right? That's a weird comment.
I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. She says the same as y'all celebrating Thanksgiving.
What's the same?
I don't know. We might have to have Deja come on. Deja, let me know if you want to come on the show. So let's see what this next clip is because we got a film. We're going to get through all these and discuss them.
I love how you brought that in because now you got God's warriors together. Right now, okay, Nick Fuentes doesn't have a Twitter account. Alex Jones doesn't have a Twitter account. But hey, guess what, Elon? I got a Twitter. And today I'm going to have Nick and Alex tweet from my account. You like that, Ari Emanuel?
I'm all about free speech. And the greatest threat is those that want to silence us. This is why it comes First Amendment. Yeah. Anybody trying to take your speech is the enemy.
Absolutely. Well, and it's I do find it a little bit hypocritical that Elon Musk said that he was purchasing Twitter to create a free speech environment. He says that free speech is the thing that's going to save the West and our civilization. But yet he has taken exception to you, Alex, for some seemingly specific reason, maybe personal to him, but definitely not principled. So I think it's time that the people find.
I love how.
Okay, and also saying that Hitler was a okay guy is not the same as celebrating Thanksgiving. Aaron says, but in the same breath, white supremacists never said Kanye made me do it. They did put up a big sign saying Kanye was right. They are supporting Kanye. I think Kanye's allowed to be a puppet. That's I don't think he probably is, but he don't think he is, and that's the main problem. He think he's being his own free thinker and letting people know that he, I'm out here doing this, and yeah. So, and people are just given the opportunity to be just that. All right, what do y'all think about that one?
I feel so bad because I'm all for free speech. I really am. I really, 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 really am. And I thought that I really, really, really was. But now I feel like you're just giving people like that a platform to be, I don't know. I just don't think you should be given a platform to say those things. But then again, you can't be for free speech and then say that. I guess you can't say that and be for free speech. I don't know. So I'm confused.
Yes, you can.
You can have free speech, but you got to deal with the consequences of you having that free speech.
Exactly.
That's the thing about it.
Well, why can't he be shut down altogether now? That's what I'm wondering. Why are people giving him the floor?
Because they know they're gonna get that fame. They agree with him and things of that nature. She says, "Do you celebrate Columbus?" No, they made Columbus Day not even a holiday here anymore. I don't think anybody really celebrates Columbus.
Nobody celebrated that.
They changed it to the green screen went down. Ken Shock. They changed it to now was Indigenous People Day. So nobody celebrates Columbus Day. The gift of discernment, not everyone has it. And people fear what they can't control. I see other people in there. Make sure y'all give the stream a thumbs up wherever you're watching it. Make sure you support it, repost it, all that good stuff. So he's just going deeper and deeper into this. And he's got these guys with him.
Who is this guy? Nick Fuentes. I've never even heard of him. Shame on me, but should I know him? I mean, who is he? What does he do? What does he do?
You know more about him, don't you?
Wasn't he like the leader of the Oath Keepers?
What's that?
Yeah, he was one of the guys who was marching.
Is that a Christian group?
No.
It's
well,
straight.
Some of them. You remember they had those Christians.
Like Kanye talking about Christian this, Christian that. Don't you remember those guys were marching with the tiki torches talking about Jews will not replace us? He was in there. He was doing that.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So
Nick Fuentes said there's clips of him saying it. He says it. I've seen a clip of him saying it. So
that's what kills me or gets to me is all these people claim to be such Christians. You know, Jesus this and God that, and you need to be God fearing, and Jesus would not approve of what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Jesus would not approve of you hating somebody because of the color of their skin. I mean, okay. My son and I got into a disagreement about this. He was like, well, Jewish people do control most of Hollywood. Okay, so there's a lot of Jewish people in Hollywood. That doesn't mean they control everything. And all the Jews around the world don't have anything to do with those Jews in Hollywood. You can't just generalize people like that. And, so it's like, if I met somebody that was named, I don't know, Goldberg or something, and he did something to piss me off.
Goldberg, the wrestler?
Okay, pick him. I don't care. I'm mad at that person. I'm not mad at every Jew around the world or Jewish person. Let me rephrase that. I apologize. I'm not mad at every Jewish person around the world because of what this one particular Jewish person did to me.
You know what this boils down? He even said it, that he was upset because the contracts he signs were with, Jewish people. His record contract was signed with Jewish people, and it was a bad deal that he signed that didn't read, and now he's upset at all Jewish people. So,
well, maybe you should start reading stuff.
There's more.
It's like a really cool outfit and stuff. He was a really good architect. And
with the look of it.
And he didn't kill 6 million Jews. That's just like factually incorrect.
Guys, get the Ronald Reagan clip they showed me yesterday. Sorry, go ahead. Ronald Reagan said that too. Well, I think Hitler did target and kill some. I think
I think Obama killed Palestinians.
No, I hear you. Here's where I think the frustration is. Nick, you can comment.
And Obama was not the first black president. He was a Jewish president.
So pretty much he's praising Hitler for the outfits they had, and then he goes into Obama and says Obama wasn't black, he was Jewish. Like, who's feeding him this stuff? Where's this stuff coming from? This is a deep conspiracy theory. I'm surprised Kanye is not talking about lizard people.
I know.
I'm
surprised it's not came up yet.
My parents believe in them.
Come up.
My parents believe in them, and it just blows my mind. They really, really, really believe in them.
But the whole lizard people, Freemason, I'm surprised he hasn't gone into that.
True.
Aaron's cracking up. Because that's always next. Freemasons, then the lizard people. Those always come up when they, talking like this.
Man.
Here goes another one.
Watch my accounts because they've been frozen by the Jewish banks. So I need to watch my mails.
Well, CNN says white people are evil Nazis. So, I mean, I disagree with both statements, but I get the frozen.
I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think we need to look at.
Oh, my goodness. Just because you don't like one group doesn't mean the other. Look,
I love Jewish people, but I also So,
Man, well, I have to disagree with that. But listen, we're going to go to break.
oh,
Does Batman have super
I have a comment. Sorry, Marcy.
No, I just forgot I was watching that. I was like,
He made both Alex Jones and Donald Trump nervous. That tells you this man is way out there. Because those two are out there. And he made both of those
Alex Jones.
nervous. You can see it.
Alex Jones loves talking about the lizard people.
And he
He
was
said,
like,
I
we got
don't
to go
look at
to a
Obama as a
break.
black man either.
okay.
Aaron says, oh my gosh. What do you think Obama is then? You guys see what she says. This man just said on TV, just said on national TV, I love, well, it's not national TV, but online it said, I love Nazis and I love Jewish people. He, like, what does it?
Love Nazis. I know what he means as far as I love everybody, but why can't you just say that? You don't have to say, that's like saying, I love people who commit mass murders. I love people who rape children. Oh, I love everyone.
Well, one of the clips does say, you know, he should be able to go see R. Kelly. So
God.
he's all over the place. He is all over the place in this interview. Like, why? Okay, just start with the whole look, the mask, the gloves, the big coat. What is going on here?
Yeah, I thought that was really bizarre, and then I think probably Kim Kardashian's gonna regret that she ever looked like that. That she ever put that costume on now, because it was because of him.
All right, you ready for the
She
most
probably
bizarre part?
regretted it when she put it on, but he is probably trying to hide from the words. Thinking about this from a person who's been in therapy for ever, he, to me, what that signifies is that he's trying to hide from what he's saying, because once he takes that off, he can say, I never said that, because technically in his mind he was never there.
Right.
And that is a mind that needs help. That's a mind that needs help, because whether I cover my face or if I say it without the mask, I still said the words.
Right.
But I think that's his cover of his way of being able to come back and say, I never said that. You can't
That's
prove
what I said
that.
That's why he talks in code, like it didn't happen the way they said it. That's why they don't say come out and just say it fully. They always, use the code words. And
but I do agree that I think somewhere somebody is using him, and I'm not sure who.
The Office for Plausible Deniability. He says it's not him, and his voice was copied onto the video. I mean, it's going to be a day when he wakes up out of this.
You don't know that. You really don't know that, because a mind that is sick, a mind that needs help, if it does not get the help, these delusions can just spiral down further and further and further. And until somebody, reaches in and pulls him up and brings him back to where reality is, it just folds in on itself.
Like how long?
Says he's diagnosed with bipolar disorder. That's dangerous if you don't get help.
Yep. Sure is.
I doubt he's getting any help. But here's the most bizarre part. One of the most bizarre clips there was.
I was tired of picking up the Yahoo and the netting. So for now, it's just netting. I know some people call him BB. No, some people call him Yahoo. But we're going to call him netting. What you want, netting? Hey, yeah, right after this, I'm going to say you're crazy. I'm going to take your family away from you. We're not done with you yet. You cannot cause free thought. We have to
So, and in a little while, hopefully, you're going to take the mask off because is this actually gay here?
I was kind of picking up the. So for now, he's just netting. I know some people call him BB. No, it's
It is. What's up, Slim? How you doing? Make sure you give thumbs up and subscribe. If you already subscribed to the channels. What do you think about that?
I couldn't hardly understand what he was saying. I just heard you're going to tell people that I can't have free thought or we can't have free thought. And man, that was weird.
He was talking about I'm not sure, is he a president or a prime minister of Israel? Netanyahu.
Yeah, the prime minister, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure what he is. I don't know if he's a president or a prime minister. So, or he's the leader of, I guess, Israel.
So that's what the whole net thing talking was. That's what he was trying to say.
Yes. Yeah. We just gonna call him Net. No, you need to call a psychiatrist immediately.
Like how far long you think he's been off his meds, or like he's just running wild right now.
He has been off his meds for at least 6 months to a year. Because he's been. I can't hear you, Marcy.
You'll notice when he takes them, that's when he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna lay low. I've been giving the mother of my children a hard time. I'm gonna step back." And then next thing you know, a couple days later, he's off again.
No,
crazy.
He's not on his meds when that happens. What it is he's come down from the manic. He hasn't hit the depression. So he's at that sweet spot where he's actually normal. He's at a manic point right now. He's running at a manic point right now. You can tell just by the way he talks and how much his thoughts jump around. And
yeah, that makes sense.
He's at a manic point, but as he comes down, before he hits the depression, there's a sweet spot where you're actually like balanced, but then it plunges into the depression. And
what's up, Alex? How you doing?
And then he goes, the other way. And then he, that's when he becomes, all secretive and, nobody see me,
and I'm
blah,
just
blah,
gonna stay offline.
Right. But he's not there yet. He's still going up on a manic level at this point.
Rod West is here. Oh boy.
Rod.
So
mental illness gets worse with age. That it gets worse. If you do nothing about it, it just keeps getting worse.
As the oldest person here with a mental illness.
Mega Man's Kanye's lost his damn mind supporting the KKK. He's supporting the Nazis. That's even worse.
It can. If you don't have coping mechanisms, it can. What it tends to affect is your memory. And it can, smaller things can trigger manic or depression. So, you can just be like there are days like I stub my toe, I drop my wine, and I'm just like, I can't take it anymore. And I will sit and cry for that. And I would just be like, what is happening? Why does the universe hate me? But then I can sit there and I can say, okay, you had a bad day. You got more wine glasses. Just clean up the mess. Get a glass of wine. Sit down and breathe. Or else, if necessary, I have people I can call. But everybody doesn't have those coping skills.
Yeah.
And unless somebody teaches them to you or you're willing to accept them, because I don't think he's willing to accept any help. I think the death of his mother really sent him off the rails.
I think she was the only support system he really had.
Yeah, I think she was the one that was giving him the coping mechanism. She never taught them to him, but she was the coping mechanism. Like she could talk him down or talk him up.
Yep.
Aaron says the coping skills are important. And I see all these people in the chat. I see all these people in there. Make sure y'all give the thumbs up. Make sure y'all comment. Let us know you out there. Let us know where you watching from. All that good stuff. Keep talking to us. So keep going. I'm sorry, Ken Shot. I had to let people know.
But yeah, it's sad to watch because I've lived this video. I've lived this video. I've seen it, and unless somebody is willing to teach you, and you're willing to accept what they're teaching you, you're gonna have a bad and Kim and her kids are gonna have a bad time
It
for a
doesn't seem
long
like
time.
he's willing to listen to anything, and he thinks he's right. He thinks he's the all-knowing, the only one, and that's it.
That's mine. I'm sorry.
He's manic. He's manic. And when you're manic, you don't process.
Right.
You just like, you're running like on jet fuel.
Right.
And everything's firing and everything seems right and good and the thing to do. That's why people go on shopping sprees, and some people, go out and date other people and things like that. You're on a high.
Right.
Unfortunately, like I said before, mine is baking. So, when you're on that, but it's going to take something. He's going to hit a ceiling. And when he does, he's going to go downward fast. But he will hit a sweet spot where he's normal. I don't know how long it'll last. Might be a day or two, might be an hour or two. Depends on if he's a rapid cycler. He doesn't seem to be, because he's been on this for a while. Because people have been commenting on him and yelling at him, and he just seems to double down.
Yeah. I don't get that.
So you think the mask is all about? What do you think the mask is about? Is that sort of his way of being on the up, and he's wearing the mask because he wants to? I mean, where do you think he's at with the mask?
I don't think he likes being looked at. I don't think he likes that at all, because he does that in public. He does that on stage. That's my thoughts.
That could be. I think it's in this case, I think it's deniability, because he knows he is saying horrendous things. I think at this point he's like in the middle. He might be coming down, but he's in the middle. He's still kind of on the high, but this is his way, to me, of him denying what he said. You can't, because even Alex Jones said it. He was like, "Is that really him under there?"
Right?
So later on, he's going to be able to come back and say, "That wasn't me. I didn't."
Well, that's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good. And I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one? Ari Emanuel, how you like that one? Hey, Ron, you gonna do anything to fix Chicago? They want to separate and confuse the Christians and make us afraid to stand next to each other. A Christian can stand next to anyone. We can go visit R. Kelly in prison. We can go talk to Harvey Weinstein.
That's what Jesus did.
Yes, because Jesus can save everyone. But if the Zionists can get us so afraid that they're going to do what they've been doing to me, attempting to put me in jail, freeze my accounts, smearing me on the media, all of these things, you put on the whole armor of God, and they will not be able to break your spirit.
Thoughts on that?
That's loaded.
Mega Man says he's got mental illness. That's true, but supporting neo-Nazis, the same people want to kill Jews, want the blacks dead too. Exactly. He actually sounds like Trump. I see good people on both sides.
Oh God.
See, he's not saying he doesn't. He's full all in with the Nazi stuff because ain't no, he's just saying I love Jewish people just to keep some type of. But I said I love Jewish people too. You didn't play that part. I
Yeah.
said a lot of good things, but you didn't play the whole thing. You played stuff out of context. Fake news. It might sound like Trump. I don't know.
Man.
you, Ken Shock, you ready to punch the wall over there?
He's got us speechless.
Mental illness aside, because mental illness does not make you say racist things. Okay? Unless he is schizophrenic, which he has not said he has been diagnosed as. He said his diagnosis was bipolar disorder. Schizophrenics can focus on like math problems or science problems or communists or they can get hyper focused on things like that. But he's never said that that was his diagnosis. He said his diagnosis was bipolar disorder. At this point, can I curse?
Yep.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can curse.
I that statement right there made that little clip made him an asshole.
That's the one they
Because
did, or
people
all
try
of
to
it.
say, "Oh, Hitler was a good person because he was a vegetarian and he was a painter." No, he killed 6 million people. You can't paint vegetarian and vegetarianism your way out of that. No,
And how did he not really kill 6 million people? That's what I'd like to know.
because he
Because
didn't do it personally. I guarantee you that's how he's gonna justify that.
Oh
I
Lordy.
well, some people,
that's how
like a lot of them,
that.
believe it didn't happen at all.
Yeah, there are people.
Who?
There are people
I
who believe
never
it never
heard
happened.
this.
Yes,
Yeah, there are people that don't
Oh my
believe it
God, I'm
happened at
getting the
all.
chills.
But let me tell you what the Jewish people in the camps did to prove that it happened. When they had to carry the bodies out, of the
Yep.
crematoriums and things, they would break out the teeth and they buried them in the roads leading up to the camps. They're still finding them.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
because they wanted people to never forget what happened to them. I don't think any class of people, race of people, religion of people, because I don't know if Jewish people are a race or a religion, whatever they are, they're Jewish. I don't think any classification of people should ever be exterminated or attempted to be exterminated the way they were. A lot of people are mad because oh, they keep their money in their community. What's wrong with that?
a lot of people are just
If you
fake
got
mad.
bread and I got bologna, we got a sandwich. Come on over. But
But like I said, a lot of people are fake mad. They just following what celebrities, what Kanye's saying right now. Because, like I said, a couple months ago, if you were to search Jewish, you would see like nobody talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You probably see like a couple crazies or people who are actually Jewish talking about, what I'm saying, they're people. Now you go on Twitter, social media, Twitch, Jewish this, Jewish that. I'm like, also, this is the power that he brings. He talks about it, now all these people want to jump on the bandwagon with it,
Yeah.
and they look crazy.
Yep.
well, I don't mean to be, I don't know, like I said, racist, classist, religionist, or whatever, but I can tell you corned beef is very good and Cat's Deli is great.
Yep.
Mission here today is to offer the First Amendment because as long as you're not carrying out violence against someone or employee violent, like the left's asked people to burn down cities and attack Republicans and celebrate Rand Paul and Scalise being shot and attacked, then you have your free speech. And when the left came out in the last 10 years and really accelerated the last 5, 6, and said white people are inherently evil because of the color of their skin, and that somebody who moved here as a kid from Poland they're supposed to pay reparations for what people did hundreds of years ago in this country. It's a divide and conquer strategy. I'm not getting into the reparations debate. I'm saying the groups pushing reparations are trying to cause division. And so I've said it, the most Nazi-like activities I've seen, and the Nazis, in my view, were thugs that shook people down, did a lot of really bad things.
But they did good things too. We're gonna stop dissing the Nazis all the time.
Okay, we're gonna get to that.
Oh my god! I'd like to
We're
know
gonna
what they
stop
did
dissing
that
the
was
Nazis.
so good. I'd like to know what they did that was so good in his opinion.
Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm going to tell you what Hitler thinks they did.
What?
He thinks they purified the white race. You've seen pictures of Hitler. He was a short man with dark hair. But he had some mental disorder too. Because
Yep.
remember, he wanted to push Aryan features, tall, blonde, blue eyes. Not him at all. But that's what he saw when he looked in the mirror.
Wow.
That's
No
what he
way.
believed he was instead of the short, dark,
Yeah.
he was, because that's what he pushed.
I
That's
heard
what
his mom was Jewish too. Is that true?
I don't know for sure. I can't speak on that because I don't know for sure.
I heard that's
I've
why
heard
he
that
hated
too.
Jews. Yeah, that's why he hated Jewish people.
I
There's
don't
several
know.
theories on why he hated Jewish people. You know, there's a lot of theories about it, but I don't really study Hitler, so
I didn't necessarily study Hitler, but I studied the Holocaust because I didn't understand what happened. And I've read stories from both sides. And on the Nazi side, they claimed that they were led astray, bamboozled, told a lie, that because the Jewish community is very insular, after World War One, apparently, Germany was a mess because I don't know if they picked a fight with somebody or whatever. But the Jewish communities pulled together. And like I said, you got meat, I got bread, we got a sandwich. And that's what they did. They so they thrived. And so they, had money. Whereas like Germany and things like that were struggling because there were no jobs and everything was messed up and bombarded and everything. And that's how what Hitler used to get German people to hate the Jews. Is he told them, it's because of Jews that your family doesn't have money. It's because of Jews that your families don't have a job. Even though, like I said, they're insular, they kept to themselves. They, banded together. And so he started persecuting, and he was actually, I think, in prison or in jail when he started, this whole theory in his head. And as he got out of jail and moved through it, that's how he started to get into power. And an individual can think for themselves, but a crowd, a group can be convinced,
Yeah.
of
groupthink.
just about anything. And that's how he gained power. And a lot of Jewish people, a lot of German people didn't want to necessarily go along with it, but they were like, okay, if I don't go along with this, they're going to kill me. So they were either quiet or they joined into the fun. Hey, I get to kill some people that, he told me took my job,
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
One
All
thing I
right,
don't
so
really understand is why they come back years later and say, "Oh, we're going to convict you of war crimes," to people that were generals in the army or whatever position they held, a secretary, I don't understand why they do that, because it's not like they had a choice and said, "Yeah, I'm going to do it." I think they were made by Hitler to do these things. I don't understand that part. I just don't understand why they do that.
Well, a lot of them enjoyed it. So,
Because
oh,
also, if Jewish people who were being persecuted to the level they were being persecuted could find a way to get out, you could have found a way to get out. You could have not showed up on work on Thursday afternoon and snuck, you know. But you also have to remember that Germany was still had that wall up at the time, so getting across that wall was, you know, but a
I
lot of
just
the camps and
wonder
stuff
the
open though, so
I wonder the stranglehold that he had on the people in the army too, or whatever you want to call that, in the forces.
I'm
so
sorry, what did you say?
I'm wondering what kind of hold he had on people that were in the army, in his whatever you want to call that, that he made them do this. Like, was it,
The SS.
I'm gonna kill your family if you don't do this. I'm gonna hang your wife in front of you. So you need to do this. That's what I'm
No,
wondering.
his personal army, the SS, were loyal to him. They believed him. They were like Trump people. Whatever the dear leader said, they believed.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
All right. So let's wrap it up. What do you think is going to happen after this interview? Do you think
Nothing.
anything's going to happen, or do you think more people are going to start to turn against them? Or
Yeah. Oh my
Mm-mm.
God.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
I don't because who's ever with it's just you said it. You said he's like Trump. Who's ever with him is with him. And they're gonna stay to the bitter end.
Judging by the comments, there's not as many people defend him as it usually is.
Right.
But
Like
that
it's
don't
start.
mean that there's not
I'm
as many people believing what he's saying. Just
I'm
because
just
they
saying. I'm
not
just going. Just brief survey. Just just looking at it. Is people like, well, yo, what's really going? What's going on with this man? Like he's going way over the top.
Yep.
All right, let's do something. Let's bring it up a little bit. Get something funny. So apparently, J Lo, Jennifer Lopez, is going to do a Whitney Houston tribute. She's going to sing Whitney Houston songs, and she feels that she can carry Whitney Houston's range and ability. I don't know who told
no
her
no no
this,
no.
but here's a leaked rehearsal of her singing.
I'd always dream. No. Whoa. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry, everybody. That hurt me too. I'd always dream that fine. Sorry. That sounded so fucking crazy. I'd always dream that fine. Okay, play it again. Corey, give me the note. Give me the note, Corey. Okay. No, that's not it. Okay, baby. I'd always dream that fine. I'm still going off on always, right? I'd always do it again. I'd always dream. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Listen, I don't know if that's for real, if that's her for real, but it's hysterical. She is struggling, and she thinks she can do Whitney Houston. This performance is going to be terrible.
I would never. He Delusions of grandeur is correct.
Exactly. So you're talking about practice, not the game I love. You're talking about practice.
We're talking about practice.
She can practice all she wants to. Whitney Houston had a certain range. Now, if Mariah Carey said, I'm going to do it, or Celine Dion said, I'm going to do it, they can hit her range. I don't think they can hit her tone. I don't think either one of them can hit her tone. because Whitney Houston had a big voice.
Well, it's
So I
always
don't.
if you just go back and just listen to her songs, like yo, she was singing her ass off. Just go back and listen to her.
Yep.
But that's no shade to J Lo. She's an artist in her own right, in her own range. Don't cross over because everybody can't sing every song.
Right.
What did that say? Mariah Carey and what?
Celine.
And Celine actually sang with Whitney. People with Mariah.
Yeah,
Sang with
Mariah
Whitney.
Carey did sing with her. That's right. And I don't know about Celine Dion. I never heard that one. But Mariah Carey could hang with her, but she couldn't out sing her.
Right.
Whitney Houston had a powerful voice.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So yeah, I want to
Oprah
play
loved her.
that kind of livened up. But I'm not gonna watch the performance live. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna watch it on YouTube when it's over.
When is this
I'm just
supposed to
gonna do it.
happen?
I forget what Ward says. We got to come from Bonnet Babe. Hi, Marcy and Ken Shock. JLo's ego must be as big as Whitney's voice, because yikes.
Yep.
Bonnet Babe with a big
She's
A on their name.
don't get like
Ken Shock.
Kanye and start getting delusional now.
Did you hear what I said, Ken Shock? Did you catch that?
Yeah.
But yo, wrap things up. Kanye. I'm not gonna say he's gonna get canceled because I don't believe in that canceling and stuff because nothing
Do
really
you
happens.
think he could get taken out by somebody that's tired of hearing him? Or is it the other way around, that if you're too... No, he might get taken out now that I think about it.
I hope he doesn't. Because if somebody crazy comes up and tries to kill him for what he said, they're gonna say it's gonna be one of the biggest conspiracy theories ever. That Kanye was speaking the truth and he's gonna become a martyr, and people are gonna praise Kanye for speaking the truth. And I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't get taken out. Hope he dies of old age, crazy somewhere.
Yeah.
I hope that the 2024 election humbles and humiliates two people.
Two people? Who?
However,
Yeah,
on
two
the
people.
opposite side of that, we need some sticks, some boards, some crutches, some walkers to hold up the person that I hope wins.
Okay, everybody's talking about Trump. They need to worry about Ron DeSantis because that's who everybody's starting to lean toward. A lot of people are turning on Trump.
That he may get the nomination because by Kanye running, he's gonna split the vote.
No, Kanye's not splitting. Nobody's taking him serious.
But he will split the vote between the black conservatives and the MAGA crowd.
I don't think
true
so.
Republicans will vote for DeSantis. So he will get the nomination. I just don't think he's going to win.
Against who?
Unfortunately, Biden.
I think he could beat Biden. A lot of people
I don't think he can beat Biden for the simple fact that people will do what they did in 2016. They will vote against the worst, what they consider the worst option.
Right.
But a lot of people have been changed because Biden. I don't think it's that clear. I don't think it's that clear cut anymore. Because Biden's not very liked. He's not very liked.
That's true, but young people are voting,
Yeah.
and young people are voting for Biden. Are voting. Tell me when it's
And Aaron says Biden not winning. I agree. I don't think Biden can win again. We need to
I
get
don't
somebody
think
else up
so.
I
there.
think it depends on who he's up against. I think you're right, Roz, that he might have some competition if it's DeSantis. If it's Trump, he'll win easy. But I'm not even sure the Democrats are going to put him up again because he's what, 80?
He's too
Come
old.
on.
He was too old, became president. So even now, it's even worse.
And he'll die in office. Good God.
Oh, don't say that because
He
that would
could.
mean Kamala Harris would become president. Let's not do that.
Oh, you'll guess Kamala now? You was praising her when she was coming up. You love Kamala.
Wait a minute.
You never cheered on Kamala? Am I wrong?
I was glad that she was the first black vice president. Yes. But I told you all along when she was, in California doing her thing, I didn't agree with half the stuff she did. She locked up mothers whose children were truant. Won't you lock up the damn kids? They're the one that don't want to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Marcy, you heard me say that.
Okay.
Well, maybe you didn't.
I
I'm just
wonder
making
why
sure.
they, speaking of truancy, I wonder why they do put the parents in because the kids are the ones that they're trying to control that don't want to go.
Because they think parents have time to take off work to
Chase them
walk their
around,
kid to
figure out where
school,
the fuck they're at.
cover all the entrances, make sure they don't go out the back door, show up at their math classes. Parents don't have time to do that.
Nope.
I was a kid who skipped school, but I put the fear of God in my kids is you skip school if you want to. I will go to the school, get your homework, and make you come home and do it.
Yep.
So, was my mother a bad mother? No, she wasn't a bad mother. I just slipped through her defenses.
Mm. Aaron says, why does anybody have to be elected for truancy? I agree.
Because children need an education, whether they want it or not.
Yep.
You're going to get the education, I'm going to whoop your ass.
Exactly.
All
Because
right,
how
any
do you
last words?
expect to be productive members of society?
People go to graduate college and still not productive. So, I mean,
But that's on their dime, so I don't care. Public schools are paid for by my dime. Go your butt to school.
any last words before we shut it down for the night? I want to say one quick thing. Fuck Jerry Jones. All right. That is Marcy Diamond. You can find her on Twitter at Marcy Diamond 2. Why is it 2? Because it's her second Twitter. They banned the first one. You also find her on TikTok at Marcy Diamond. Check out her website, www.paul.life. I am Roz Mix. You can find me on all social media as Roz_Mix. Check out my YouTube. Just search Roz Mix. You see my videos, see my shorts, see all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing Vlogmas. The first one was kind of short, but I'm doing some big, longer ones. That's what she said. We got Ken Shock. Her Twitter is KenShock29. Make sure you follow her. Follow her. She needs followers because her algorithm is all out of jack and she needs to talk to people on Twitter. So when you follow her, make sure you add her and say, good morning, Ken Shock. Do all that good stuff every day. Send her good evening, Ken Shock. Do all that good stuff and she'll reply back to you.
She loves
all right.
it.
Thank everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the podcast. Make sure you like it, subscribe, share it. Tell your family, play on your playlist, all that good stuff. I am Ross Mix, Marcy Diamond, and Ken Shock, and we are out. See you guys next week.
Bye.